Geekdom. This is Chipmunk doing another reaction. Today we're reacting to a top 10 video. This is from Anime's channel. Check out Anime in the descriptions below. This is top 10 most disgusting anime. Yeah, so this is the Anime's pick of the most disgusting. I'm guessing all the way up until he made the video. So yeah, we'll definitely see exactly what he thinks is the most disgusting. There have been some crazy disgusting animes. And not too long ago I already reacted to some that was just like disgusting, disturbing and everything else. So let's see if this pick is any different. So let's go ahead and check this out and see exactly how this goes.
Beware of the following spoilers. Coming in at number 10 is King's Game. Honestly, these kids would have been better off just playing Spin the Bottle. A group of students from some random class receive a text message from a person who calls himself King, also known as Osama. They say that students are part of a game, and if they don't obey the rules, they will be punished. It seems interesting enough, right? I mean, to be honest, I'd already be hooked at first. And it kind of is until you realize every episode has the same structure. A bunch of random students who are not important at all are introduced. They receive a nearly impossible order from the king via their phones, and they obviously fail to survive it and are tossed into, well, the meat grinder. They all die in horrific ways, for pure shock factor. At least the deaths are pretty ridiculous. I mean, some of them are just borderline hilarious.
Yeah, I watched King's Game. It wasn't bad to a certain point, and then it's like,
just stood around for a whole minute, entirely engulfed in flames. And, believe it or not, of all the things she could have done, she chose to take off her clothes. Yep, humanity's doomed. We're all going to hell. And this show's fucking awful. Coming in at number 9 is Perfect Blue.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
The story begins with Kirigoe Mima, a member of a pop idol group, deciding to give up her singing career for a future as an actress. This decision leads to a string of events that will change her life forever, as well as those around her. What begins with sinister phone calls and faxes becomes a paranoid fight for her life with a stalker. A stalker with a warped view of reality, to say the least. Mima's career as an actor is not as glamorous as she expected either, leading to outrage among her fans and incredible stress for her manager and friends. As mysterious acts of violence are committed around her, Mima's view of reality begins to change. Now you might ask what exactly happened. Sorry, I can't really say because my entire brain cells had been eradicated after watching this movie. Trying to remember this anime just makes you go insane. When I say that this is insane, I mean that it is insane. I already thought it was a compelling story at the onset, only for it to dive deeper into some of the most mind-bending and sometimes most uncomfortable storytelling I've seen in a while. And I'm giving it props for that. But there is no doubt that Perfect Blue is one of the greatest psychological drama anime out there of all time. Coming in at number 8 is Shiki. Compared to many other vampire-themed animes such as Blood Plus, Rosario Vampire, and so forth, this anime comes back to the roots of the vampires and their myths. In this anime, a town is plagued with death, with no reasonable explanation. Though
I didn't watch this anime.
Dr. Ozaki, the head doctor of his clinic, cannot find any actual symptoms related to any known disease, besides aplastic anemia, which is the loss of red and white blood cells. As the body count rises, he becomes desperate to find any answer he can, until he comes up to the conclusion, albeit a far-fetched one, that it might be the work of vampires. His next problem then is to convince the village, of course, such a mythical conclusion would never exist in the rational world, and as he tried desperately to prove the existence of vampires, death sweeps through the town faster and faster, until soon, more than half of the population has been wiped. Still, they did not believe him.
That's sad.
What? You thought I spoiled the whole anime? Nah, bro, not even close. There are many plots within the whole series that I will not tell you guys, so go watch it. But warning, while Shiki resembles a horror show more than anything else in the first half
what makes it disturbing?
There comes a point when the viewer is no longer surprised by the vampires, but instead the sheer violence that both sides are capable of. Coming in at number 7 is Gantz. Gotcha. Gantz is about as close as you'll ever get to a love it or hate it anime. It's littered with so much gore, profanity, nudity, and so much other stuff that it'll either immediately turn you off or immediately glue your eyes to the screen. Being a person from the anime community, I have to say I absolutely loved Gantz right from the start. Well, Okay, not exactly right from the start, but Gantz follows high school student Kei Kurono. Kei is a rather
always high
selfish
school
teen
students.
whose only goal in life is to get
Animes
laid.
have an issue
Going
with
on
high
record
school
as one of the
students. I don't know what's
horniest
going
anime
on.
characters of all time. However, this goal goes unmet, as Kei and childhood friend Masaru die saving a homeless man from an oncoming train. Unexpectedly, they end up in an apartment room with others who have also died, including a girl who is the heroine on this anime, and a sphere referred to as Gantz. The sphere opens up, revealing racks of black suits and weapons. They are informed that they have been given a second chance at life, but with a catch. They must hunt and kill aliens when called upon by Gantz. Gantz actually has quite a few things going for it. It has a very interesting premise and an edgy feel. And no, I'm not talking about the goddamn Tokyo Ghoul edgy feeling. As mentioned before, this is a very violent series. Heads explode, limbs get cut off, people get torn to pieces, and all is shown on screen. Throw in some domestic violence and what you have is something not for the sensitive or faint of heart. These elements make Gantz a relentless, gritty, urban, supernatural thriller. So, good luck with that. Coming at number 6 is Blood Sea. With violence being such a common tool in fictional media to impress
It's like I've
viewers,
heard
it
of
takes
all
a
these,
special
but I haven't
something for
watched
today's
all
anime
these.
fans
That's the
for
only sad
anime
part.
violence to be described as disgusting.
Except
Blood
for
Sea, it is
Perfect
the
Blue and the
ridiculous
first
level
two.
of creativity put into scenes of
King's
its
Game.
monsters, massacring the human
I watched both
population
of those,
that
but I haven't
immediately
watched
puts it above the two
the
other mainstream
last
anime
two.
featuring gratuitous violence. As for the story, Saya Kisaragi, a normal schoolgirl and shrine maiden by day, demon slayer by night, then she kills demons, demon kills humans. Then again she kills demons, demon kills humans, and so forth. This series has a lot, and lots of gore. A lot more than I expected, actually. Like, seriously, most of the really gory stuff is censored, but it's creative. But still, you get a general idea of what's happening in the scene. And this is by far the most pissed off I have ever gotten while watching an anime. It's like watching an action version of NTR. So many unanswered questions as the plot thickens, if there is one. I feel sorry for the fans of the original, and I really can't stand the random deaths that occur within this anime. Fans of Blood Sea, you know what I'm saying because you can't say that you haven't noticed it. Coming in at number 5 is The Island of Giant Insects movie. It's not every day that you dread the thing you're about to watch, but after hearing how bad this film is, I had to have a look for myself. And after watching it, I have to say, don't watch it. Why, you ask? Well, let's start with the story. A high school class's plane crashes on our undiscovered tropical island. And
Always a high school, like, you can't, it cannot be anybody else.
They managed to survive. Most of these
Always
characters are
high
unbelievably
school
stupid and exist solely to provide fan service and then die. The only exception is a young entomologist who exists to inform the audience what species all the insects must have mutated from. For example, several classmates are sucked dry by blood-sucking butterflies that apparently belong to Papiliomaki, a common Japanese butterfly species. They could have just had giant mosquitoes, but decided for some reason to choose butterflies. Fucking butterflies! The manga is straight up, and it exists in the Guro genre. Girls get penetrated by parasitoid wasps, which lay eggs inside of them, and they get eaten alive by the larva. Lots of stuff like that. The anime doesn't dare be so graphic, so it's a completely unsatisfying ecchi. The Guro hounds won't be happy, general audiences won't be happy, nobody's happy.
Bro.
But if you're gonna watch this,
Bro.
watch this in the dub. It's actually pretty funnier that way. It kind of reminded me of Ghost Stories, because at least the dubbers realized that this was absolute trash.
Big dick energy if I do say so myself.
I'm sure your broski back there would agree with me too. So, why don't you and I go somewhere and play hide the sausage?
And coming in at number 4 is Gyo, Tokyo Fish Attack.
One of the craziest dank on me. I'm like really?
What exactly am I watching? So basically,
I said
I
the
started the
same thing.
movie with mediocre expectations. It had a horrendously low rating, but it was animated by Ufotable, so I may be watching mediocre shit, but at least it'll have pretty visuals. Anyhow, the introduction piqued my curiosity. A group of fishermen appeared to be dazed and shocked from a discovery. The discovery wasn't revealed till later. Now, what was that discovery? Landfish. Yep, landfish. The landfish essentially have a grotesque smell. Now imagine fish. Now imagine mechanical spiders. Now imagine a fish with the legs of mechanical spiders. Now give the combination of the two to the storyboard of Guilty Crown, and now you have your fucked up landfish. The landfish play an integral role in this. They basically invade town and do whatever the fuck they want. They don't target humans specifically, they just do the fuck ever. Like, eat the shit out of cars and subways, just for gits and shiggles. You know, that's all. Oh wait, also there's more. The fish can also spread a virus. And it is also shown to be transmissible, as humans can catch it from merely being scratched. Symptoms manifest nearly immediately in the form of a hilarious bloating from production of methane gas inside the body, which then causes the host to burp, fart methane continuously until they reach, well, the breaking point. An explosion of the bloody viscera. Fuck. If you're curious, just go watch it yourselves. Coming in at number 3 is Pupa. When I first heard of Pupa, it seemed rather interesting, to be honest, and
I never heard of Pupa.
Based on the horror manga with the same name, Pupa tells the story about 2 orphan siblings who only have each other to rely on after severe domestic violence. However, one day they are both infected with the Pupa virus, which turns the younger sister Yume into a grotesque man-eating monster, while the older brother Utsutsu gains regenerative abilities. Oh, Pupa. Is there anything quite like Pupa? With a sort of combined with incest and gore, Pupa makes the ultimate gross-out anime that will make you literally throw up. I know I did. Watching Yuma feed off of her big brother as her living food source is gruesome to say the least. Doesn't help that they also try to sexualize it a little. Utsutsu really just accepts his loss in life and is more.
Which is not so. It shouldn't be surprising. It shouldn't be surprising.
That far. Yep. Just be mentally prepared when going into this one. Coming in at number 2 is Corpse Party Tortured Souls. The story begins with
kids
in a classroom performing a ritual of some sort. They suddenly and inexplicably get transported into another dimension full of other students who are getting killed by these mysterious ghosts as well as each other. While this may seem interesting enough to those with twisted minds who enjoy watching miserable characters suffer immense pain and anguish, one must keep in mind that the producers tried to fit a ton of material into just 4 episodes. This resulted in Corpse Party being incredibly rushed and full of plot holes. Many things were left unexplained and the anime just felt, well, unfulfilling. Nothing much happened in the show besides tons of just mindless killing. The only thing that somewhat redeemed the plot revolved around a little ghost girl and why she dragged these kids into her twisted dimension. Though even that was too insignificant to salvage this train wreck. This anime is literally like watching a horror movie. There you are, trapped. Can't shout, can't cry, the dangers are coming by. When you realize that death is coming before you, screams are shouted out but you won't be heard. Like Alien in space, no one can hear you scream. But that's just the beginning. For once you're trapped, Corpse Party will take you to a place where your life will never ever be the same again. That is if, and only if, you escape alive. If you want a more satisfying ending and maybe an ending where it's actually kind of happy, just go play the game. The game is so much better. Coming in at number 1 is Midori. Well, this was probably the most disturbing thing I have ever seen in my entire life. Not only is this the most disturbing anime series I have ever seen, it is also the most disturbing fiction work I have ever had the pleasure of experiencing. And to be honest, it wasn't a pleasure. The story follows young Midori. She loses both of her parents and has no one to take care of her, and she finds her way to a traveling circus where she is continuously being abused. This anime is hell, bro. It has so much graphic content that this film was banned in quite a few countries. Sure, there are some horror anime out there that is fucked up, but oh my god, this is more disturbing than any other anime in the world. And what makes it even more unnerving and disgusting is the old animation. And I say this with my whole heart, don't watch this one. You will throw up. Some things just don't deserve to be seen.
Alright, so that was top 10 most disgusting anime by Anime. There were some things that I've seen in on some other channels that were pretty disturbing. So I don't think King's Game for me would be in the top 10 just because I was like, to me it wasn't disgusting. It was just just a lot going on with it. But yeah, I don't think King's Game would have made it on the list if he saw some of the other ones from Andy Zone's list, because Andy Zone, he had a list himself. So, whew, yeah, there was some some messed up animes out there. Some very messed up animes. So, but yeah, it's not a bad list as far as figuring out like some of the animes and stuff I probably wouldn't have never known about. Some animes I did know of, but I just haven't watched. But yeah, definitely check out some of these that he did list. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments below. If there's some animation that you would have put on the list, on your list, if there's some interesting ones that you like, let me know. But thank you all so much for just jumping on and giving me a try. I really do appreciate it. Please do take care of yourselves and each other. Peace, geekdom.